Hey folks, Alex here. I wanted to record a gig prep video and go through kind of packing down my equipment and what I actually do on the day of a performance. Desk is all set up, I've got the set ready to go. Just going to do a final 30-minute, 45-minute practice run and then pack everything down. I don't like to over-rehearse as we get near the gig because it's nice to keep some stuff fresh. But a kind of quick run through is good, especially if you've got a few hours to kind of forget about it and everything before the gig. Gonna do that now and then we'll pack up. Okay, quick run through done. I did it just with the laptop screen, which is always a good tip. If you've got everything plugged in with your monitors, or if you've got monitors or something like that, it's always good to just practice on the laptop screen because that's all you're gonna use when you're at a gig. So now I'm just gonna pack down my controllers, make sure I've got all my power supplies and everything like that, and I'll go through a quick breakdown of all the gear on the table, make sure I've got my interface. Yeah, the run through felt good and I don't think I could top that at this point, so I'm just going to roll with it and hope for the best when we get to the gig. Okay, so here we have everything I think I'm going to need for this evening. It looks like quite a lot really for just a laptop gig, but it's mostly cables and adapters and plugs and backups for those. With the laptop, I always just have the set ready to go, open. It's good if it's fully charged and you have no battery issues or anything like that. I've got the set there ready to go, and any other applications kind of closed. It's only the set. Keep it nice and lean in terms of CPU. So that's good to go. Power supply for the laptop. Obviously, sometimes I take a 4-way with me just in case. You never have too much power, but given it's only that one plug, I need one power point. I don't see why I couldn't find a plug in a DJ booth style setting. So then we've got the controllers, the APC and the Nano Control Studio. Got cables for those. I've got 2 backup as well. Got 2 for the APC, and I've also got my cheap Behringer sound card with connector as well. And we've got a backup for that in here if all fails. I've also got some cables, some phonos, jack to phonos to connect the Behringer. I've never used these before as in within a setup, but I'll just take them anyway just in case. I also have this stereo jack out to phono. If worse comes to worse, we have to just connect the laptop, which I have done in the past, and you know what, it's fine. The sound quality is better from a sound card, and hopefully they'll just have a DI where they can do 2 out of their stereo out in the back. We'll get it to work one way or another. I've not failed so far, famous last words. But yeah, this is all going to go in the rucksack and then in the car, drive to London. One more thing is like a carry case for it, and given that I will be walking around late at night, some kind of inconspicuous backpack probably better than a flight case, which is what I sometimes use for my laptop and for the controllers, even though it's a bit more sturdy. I'm sure they'll be fine in the rucksack. I've just got to get to the venue. Worst comes to worst, I'm sure Ned's got a spare APC. But yeah, another tip there, just don't stand out as someone carrying loads of expensive music gear. Oh, and just make sure if you use any adapters, USB-C to USB, like I have here for my Mac, don't forget to pack those. They're easy to forget. Okay, so off to London now. I think I'm all packed. I think I've got everything. Yep, petrol into London, parking, then over to the venue. Long drive, but I've just got to London Bridge, parked up. Now I'm going to head to the venue, meet up with everyone else, check out what's going on. Yeah, wait to play and enjoy the other acts and stuff. Let's see how that goes.
me as I suspect I'm not who I think I am.
Yeah, so I had a wicked time playing at More Kicks Than Friends. It's always so good to be back in a room with people. So inspiring just to hear like the broad range of really quite mind-bending stuff you get in the Ned Rush community. There was a really like mad visuals from Sculpture using a turntable, like almost like zoetrope effect that was crazy. Also Ross Flight, this kind of movement triggered sounds stuff that was going on that was just really crazy and kind of not necessarily what you expect. And then over like the course of the evening, things ramped up to kind of jungle and drum and bass and stuff like that. And then I finished. Yeah, I was really happy with how my set went. I played for half an hour and actually kind of just ran over curfew, and they had to just like turn me down at the end, which is fine because I tried to kind of get through all like the more peak time banging sections of the set, which I think I did. And I got through to like the newest bits that I've added on stream over the last few weeks. And yeah, they sounded really good. Everything sounded great over the system. In terms of like technical things, I think the only thing that I didn't have were like 2 quarter-inch jacks for connecting to the DI box. And while I was getting ready to play or like looking at what the connections were, I thought, oh right, I haven't got those, and I'll have to borrow them for someone else. But in the end I didn't need them because the sound guy just had them connected anyway, which was fine, so I could just plug my sound card into those. That was the only slight hiccup. And then the table maybe was a bit low for me, so I was having to bend down quite a bit, and I couldn't necessarily watch the crowd so much and kind of look at people, which I like to do. It's easy to kind of just hide yourself and bury yourself in what's going on and not engage with the crowd visually, but I think that's really important because everyone was dancing and kind of getting into it and stuff. Yeah, I wanted to connect with the audience. Yeah, and then the venue was closing down when I finished, so it was like real rush to get out. That is why, yeah, it's quite important to think through how you're going to break down your gear afterwards, because if you've got a lot of stuff and it takes a lot of time to set it up, it's a very quick turnover, and packing down your equipment can be quite stressful. I just always feel like I've left something, but thankfully I got everything was fine. And now I've set my studio all up again, so we're ready for the week and for streaming, and to get back to just making some music for future releases. I'll be sharing kind of the latest version on Patreon, the complete thing with the new sections in. One good thing with that is if you've got the set saved somewhere convenient, you could just pull out breaks and stuff from it, like if you got it saved in your user library or something like that. So that's how I can envisage other people using it, or just firing it open and starting a tune from the sections that are already in it. It's different every time, and that is the joy of it. Every time I do a live show, I'm reminded of how much I enjoy it. And the more live shows I do and the more music I write outside of a live show, it's strange how they kind of cross over. It really does. They feed one another. Live performance kind of gives you a really good insight into what music often needs. You know, when you're in an environment, you know, a club environment or performance environment, and you're hearing the tunes being played, you know, you're conscious and aware of the parts that are happening in them, particularly if you're live and you've got lots of different parts going on. It's easy to see how often you overcomplicate things. 8 channels, sounds quite full when you've got everything running. Yeah, less is more often. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Here's looking forward to the next live show. I hope there's been some useful stuff in it, particularly about preparing and kind of having a little ritual on the day of the performance. All right, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Cheers.